Team take profits on the move, the movement is real. 50 pips a day, watch the money drip. Pips pay my bills, pips pay my bills, pips pay my bills, pips pay my bills. 50 pips a day, watch the money drip. 50 pips a day, watch the money drip. Pips pay my bills, pips pay my bills, pips pay my bills, pips pay my bills. 50 pips a day, that's what we catchin', Joe. We trade and get paid, that's how we living, yo. Trading is the new hustle, take it to the hood and hustle. You ain't gotta sell drugs no more, trade for a year, buy you a home. Making money as a team, we don't trade alone. Held a trade for a week, 20K from the phone. You can earn while you learn, we gon' teach you the game. IML gon' compensate, chairman status is on its way. I know you see us out state to state, we really out here making waves. Pray before I start the day, 2 a.m. waking up to trade.
What's up, team? Let me get a second to read these comments. Let me see who checking in with your boy. Let's get to 20 likes real quick. We just started the live. Hey, share this live with a couple people on social media. Let them know, hey, Jay Wayne live, don't miss it. All right, shout out to Chris. What's going on, baby boy? Who else we got in here? Ben B, what's going on? Sadiq. Charles said that's my, hold on, who was that? That's not Charles, that's Charlotte. My bad, I said Charles, oh my God. I can't even see, you see me squinting. Charlotte, shout out to Charlotte, that's my jam. Hey, I got some new jams coming, believe that, believe that. We definitely got some new jams coming. Sorry about missaying your name, I apologize for that. All right, y'all, so look, yeah, let's get these likes up. Let's double tap as you coming in, double tap. The more you double tap, the more I can give back. But listen, we got these stories, right? We got Trump coming in here talking about the dollar. We got the dollar at an all-time, well, I won't say an all-time low, but it's back down there. It's back down there. The dollar is dropping, all right? But Trump is sending hidden signals. Trump is sending hidden messages, and only real traders understand. Because I promise you, unfortunately, if you let my cousins or if you let my mama listen to him talk and they see what's going on the charts, they'd be like, oh, Trump don't know what he talking about. But real traders understand. Real traders understand what's happening. The dollar drop, gold rises. Absolutely. Absolutely. They're looking at gold as a safe haven. If the dollar is dropping, they're pumping. Let's see what else happened. Hold on, let me see. I had it memorized, but let me go back to my charts. Because I think, did NASDAQ go up? Yep, NAS went up too. I'm looking at it right now. NAS shot through the roof as well. So the dollar drops, NASDAQ goes up. Now let's look at VIX.
Take a picture of those.
VIX dropped. Yep. So I'm just looking at it on my phone. I'll share it on the charts when we hit the charts. But this is VIX right here. It dropped, and then NAS 100. Screenshot that went up. But then if you look at the dollar, I'm just screenshotting this for later. Then the dollar dropped. So they do the opposite. So there you go. The opposites. I like to look at VIX. So I want to see if VIX drop, I know that NAS 100 is going to go up. But you can use the dollar as well. But the dollar doesn't move as fluently. Well, the dollar doesn't like move at the same time as NAS do. So the timing with the dollar can be off when you're trying to compare it to NAS 100. Eventually it'll balance out, but the timing of when you're trying to take that trade will be off. with the dollar and NASDAQ. But when you do VIX and NASDAQ, they're more at the same pace. All right, so somebody said the dollar is about to keep dropping. We're about to break this down because I told y'all in 2026, I'm going to be more fundamental. And as you can see, I'm pushing myself. So, hey, let's get the 20 likes, bro, because I'm pushing myself. I'm pushing myself to get better information, to be able to combine fundamentals with technical analysis. You feel what I'm saying? So that's what we're doing in 2026. We're not just going to be scalpers and just technical market structure traders. We're going to add the fundamentals to it. That's powerful. And yeah, we're going to be a real beast, a real threat in the market for sure. So look at Trump. Let's take a second to look at Trump. Hey, let's get these likes up. Double tap. Give me a second. Let me head over here to the charts or to the news.
President, with the current value of the dollar, do you think it's declined too much?
No, I think it's
A lot about, Mr. President, with the current value of the dollar, do you think it's declined too much?
no, I think it's great. I mean, the value of the dollar. Look at the business we're doing. No, dollar's doing great.
Do you want to see it decline?
You know, it's
more?
very interesting. If you look at China and Japan, I used to fight like hell with them because they always wanted to devalue their yen. You know that? The yen and the yuan. And they'd always want to devalue it. They devalue. And I said, not fair that you devalue because it's hard to compete when they devalue. But they always thought, no, our dollar's.
You talked a lot about Bitcoin.
Terra is the IT painkiller. Remote monitoring and management. Help desk and ticketing.
So did you see how he said that it's not fair that the yen and all of them, they always want to devalue? It's hard to compete. You got to listen to his words. It's hard to compete when he's talking about, when he said that they're always devaluing. You got to decipher that. That's something to think about, team. Trump said, even though the dollar is at an all-time low or is at those low points of the market, we're still doing good. He just sent y'all a mixed message. He just sent y'all a message, and only the traders is gonna be able to read that. Come on now, we ain't done yet. We're gonna break this down. We're gonna break this down. This is why I want y'all to share this information with people out there that y'all know, family members. They don't have to be traders. Just share the information. No gatekeeping allowed over here. No gatekeeping allowed.
I actually want to start with what we heard from the president in a diner in Iowa a little while ago, starting with the U.S. dollar. He said that he is not concerned with the decline that we've seen in the dollar so far, saying it's doing great, also calling out Japan, China for allegedly devaluing their currencies. I just want to hear your thoughts on what the state of the U.S. strong dollar policy is. Does it still exist? A little while ago, starting with the U.S. dollar, he said that he is not concerned with the decline that we've seen in the dollar so far, saying it's doing great, also calling out Japan, China for allegedly devaluing their currencies. I just want to hear your thoughts on what the state of the U.S. strong dollar policy is. Does it still exist?
Yes, well, nice to be with you. I mean, yeah, absolutely. Do we think it still exists? I mean, Secretary Bessent has talked about the strong dollar policy. President Trump, early on in the administration, talked about tariffing countries that he thought might be selling the dollar in order to weaken the dollar. So I think that this needs to be sort of put into context. Of course, the dollar has declined. Last year it's declined over the last few weeks, starting in 2026, but it's still relatively strong. If you look at sort of, from a historical perspective, obviously a lot of, a lot of our clients still have a big U.S. dollar asset overweight, and are folks, diversifying away from that kind of incrementally? Sure, but is this like a big referendum against the dollar? We don't think so.
Yeah, it's interesting. I mean, you think about where the Bloomberg Dollar Index is right now. It's at its lowest level since 2022. You take it out on a 10-year average. It is sitting just below its 10-year average, but pretty dang close. You mentioned, some of the dollar positions that your clients have. There is the concern that, you have Trump making these comments about the dollar and basically putting a green stamp when it comes to the sell America trade. I mean, where are you thinking when it comes to whether or not that actually has legs?
Well, yeah, I mean, I think there's the reality, which is that the U.S. Treasuries market is the deepest, most liquid bond market in the world. The U.S. economy is the most dynamic and I think arguably most innovative economy in the world. So yeah, I think there is a sort of a limit from an economic perspective to the sort of sell America trade. But obviously, politics, in some ways, the political tail is wagging the kind of the economic dog, at least temporarily, where folks are kind of making decisions out of kind of economic nationalism or kind of political motivation. So again, I think we have a more nuanced view. Our view is that the dollar still remains dominant, still remains the so-called reserve currency, but also that there are plenty of opportunities outside of the U.S., both in developed markets, but then also in high quality emerging market, both FX and the rates market. So
all right, so there you go. So she even just said, so people that kind of like throw bombs on Forex, did you just hear her at the end of what she said? There's even opportunities in the FX market. That's Forex market. Listen, Forex ain't dead, baby. That's one thing. Forex is not dead. Okay? It's not dead. They just, on the news, just threw a quick little shout out. I know they don't talk about Forex too much when it comes to this stuff, when they be on the news, but she just threw a shout out there. It ain't dead, and the opportunities are there. And as we do these lives, I'm going to show you the opportunities. We will capitalize on the opportunities. Now, they said the whole time as you're looking at the chart, the dollar is dropping, and somebody even said it's going to keep dropping. But why are they saying that the dollar is still like the reserve? The dollar is still dominant. The dollar is still is up there. Why is nobody panicking? You see what I'm saying? Nobody's panicking. Why is that? Somebody said he would definitely hit back sooner. Trump has the metal maths in his finger. Tips, he concerned with Wall Street. I don't get what you're saying on that one, bro. Shout out to Terror Dome. What's going on? Weak dollar is good for export. So they said because of the tariffs and stuff like that, but also he's going to get, you got to look at this in the market as well. Trump is also going to get rid of, what's the guy name? What's his name? He's going to be getting rid of the guy. I don't know why I can't think of his name right now. But Jerome, right? Jerome Powell. I said how? Jerome Powell. He's going to be getting rid of him. And he's saying that rates should have been cut a long time ago. Jerome Powell. Yes, thank you. Thank you, T. Brooks. Yeah, so Jerome Powell. He said that he should have been cut the rates a long time ago. Okay? It should have been cut a long time ago. What does that mean when the rates get cut? Some of y'all know, and some of you got to understand, there's a lot of people that just joined me for the first time. Some people don't know this stuff. If the rates get cut, the dollar goes down. Okay, the rates have been dropping, but Trump wanted them to drop quicker. So when it's time for re-election, he's already, I'm telling you, there's a strong possibility there's going to be somebody else that's going to be in Jerome Powell's spot. There's a strong chance. And they're going to cut the rates more. Trump said he wants the rates cut more. So that means the dollar is going to drop more. Now, I'm not saying that the dollar is going to continue to keep dropping where there's no chance of pulling back. I'm not saying that. It was always going to be a pullback. That's the part where you got to understand when Trump says, oh, the dollar is doing fine. The dollar is doing fine. See, you got to understand these drops and these pullbacks in the market is healthy. That's one thing my mentor always said. He said these pullbacks and these reversals mean a healthy market. It's a healthy market. It's money to it's enough money to make money on both sides. That's a healthy market. Yeah. So we need to be at an optimal, we need to think at an optimal level about this. All right. So let's get these likes up. Let's get the 30 likes. We should be at 30 likes by now, y'all. What's going on? Come on, y'all. Let's grind, baby. So look. So they're going to hire somebody, and he said he's going to cut the rates quicker. Now, let me tell you about this part. So also, Trump is so hard on Jerome Powell. That's never been done before. Like a president is very, excuse me, voice crack, is very odd. Well, I can't get that word. Give me some water. Give me some water. Look, why I can't get that word out? It's very odd that why is he putting the guy in that position on blast? Presidents normally don't do that.
You need water for real?
Yeah, give me some water. Presidents normally don't put the guy in that position on blast in front of everybody. But he's been putting this guy on blast for a minute. Okay, so yeah. So because of that, the market is dropping. So oh my God, look at this. Look at it. I just thought about this. Look. Trump said that the rate should have been cut lower. The rate should have been cut lower. The market should have been dropped earlier. So what does Trump do to drop the market? He put Jerome Powell on blast in the media to drop the market. Trump cold. Trump slick. He drops, he puts, so he needs the market to drop so we could be on our way back up. But he puts Jerome Powell on blast because now, oh shoot, they're unstable in that White House. They're unstable in that White House. Guess what? We need to be investors putting their money in gold. Investors, and that's the next thing we're gonna look at. Jerome Powell, investors is gonna be putting their money in the cryptos, in the gold and stuff like that. Shoot, maybe even silver. I don't know, but mainly gold, as you can see. So, shoot, interest rates supposed to been dropped. The dollar's supposed to been dropped. Because remember, Trump in that news read, in that news video, he said it's hard to compete because the yen keeps devaluing their currency. Not just the yen. I think, did he say China? Yeah, so somebody said, yes, silver is running nicely. So they're not putting their money in the dollar because of all of this stuff that's going on. Why would they, think about it. Why would you put your money in the dollar when you got President putting Jerome Powell out in the open, blasting him out in the open, knocking him upside the head, if you will, in the open? Why would you do that? Basically, Trump is trying to devalue the dollar on purpose because he needs to compete with them other ones. He said, I could play it again. He said it's hard to compete with them people. That's a whole different topic. Compete? Compete? What do you mean compete? The yen and Chinese, yes. The yuan Chinese, yes. Those people, it's hard to compete with them because they constantly devaluing. And ours is so high. You get what I'm saying? So we got to come down lower. And the interest, and Jerome Powell is not cutting the interest rates fast enough. So now President do his little slick business. Oh yeah, the dollar is doing good. Oh yeah, the dollar doing good. But I gotta make this thing drop right now. So that's what he does. He puts Powell on blast to get it to drop. Slick. But we gotta read these signs. I'm telling you, that's why I was trying to tell you in the beginning. Real traders gonna be able to cipher through all of that. It's just a game. It's just a game that we gotta move this money around. All right. So that being said, we got to look at these charts. Who we got up in here? They said Powell equals a clown. Powell central bank clown. I'm telling you.
Trump was clowning Powell in that in that building interview, talking about the prices and
clowning them in the open.
saying how much over budget he is.
How much over budget? Wow. How much? So Powell is very over budget. Grant said, hit my first payout. New trading futures 4 months in, bro. That's what's up. Shout out to you. Shout out to you, fam. Shout out to you. I'm happy to hear that, bro. That's what's up. That's what's up. Shout out who was that? W Grant in the chat. Let's go. Getting that payout. That's what's up. So I meant to tell you, trying to get these charts up. 1 second. All right. So what are we supposed to be looking at? We need to be looking at let's see. We need to be looking at the dollar. Give me a second, y'all. Give me a second. Let's pull up those charts. We got to see the chart work. All right. So sorry about that. I had to find out where it was at. Okay. So we got the dollar on the chart. Here we go. So it's low. Let's go to the daily. It's been down here before. Oh, it slipped a little lower. Okay. Yeah, it slipped a little lower. Because I was about to say it'd been down here before. But this is pretty low. So, I want to say a pullback is coming. I really do want to say a pullback is coming. I don't know when. So it's hard to make a trade when the market is just dropping this strong. Grant said he met me in London back in 2020. Still got my notes on it. Absolutely. We was going over that supply and demand. We went hard that day. I appreciate y'all for sacrificing that time too. But I came there for y'all. And it was free. Talk about that part. It was free. Let's go, baby. So listen, it's hard to create a trade setup when the market is just dropping like this. Now you can just say, hey y'all, let's just buy gold. Let's just buy gold right now. Let's just go all in. And it's like, if we go in, If we go all in on gold right now and it pulls back on it pulls back on us, we in trouble. What could have been a good situation turned sour very fast. Okay, so we need to just let this thing kind of like settle. We need to see something like this, y'all. Let me mark it up. We need to see something like this. If we can get a pullback like that, so we're going to sit on our hands and we're going to wait. But don't worry, the trade opportunity is coming. Trump just told you, oh, the dollar is doing good. Don't worry, because now he's going to soften the blow on it. Of course, he's going to soften the blow and he's going to say, oh, the dollar. No, he's doing this on purpose. He's telling you what he's doing. He's dropping his market on purpose. The things that he say, the things that how he talk about Jerome Powell, he's doing it on purpose. He needs these rates to get cut. That bullish spike and the pullbacks, all that stuff is healthy. So we just got to be patient. We're going to sit on our hands and wait. So this is the dollar, right? Well, that's for the dollar, but this is gold on the chart. So if you want to trade gold, do not buy right here. Just let it pull back. Look at this. All we need is this pullback. Once we can get this pullback, we'll know what to do. We'll know what to do. So you can pull out a trend line. You can pull out a Fibonacci to wait for the pullback. You can do all of those things. All right. But here's the thing. You cannot pull. Y'all know how I always pull out a Fibonacci. In this situation, you cannot do it. You cannot do it in this time. Pullback or stronger consolidation is what we're holding on for. Then we take it up from there. Either way. Absolutely. Chris, there you go. Thank you for pointing that out, because the pullback or the consolidation, either one. Either one. And Chris, you already know I'm going to send out the trade setup and we will be ready for that. So make sure that y'all get in my trading group so y'all don't miss this stuff. All right, listen. The reason why you can't pull out a Fibonacci just yet, because the market hasn't pulled back yet. Like it hasn't started pulling back. All right, and this is for my new people. I'm getting new people on every single week. We do these live, so I have to explain this. If I pull out a Fibonacci from the low all the way to the high point, who's to say that that's the high point at this point? Who's to say that that's the high point? It could go higher. We don't know if that's the high point. So when it breaks that 23.6, that green line that's on the chart, when it breaks that, then when it breaks my 23.6, that's when we're looking to, that's when it's game time. That's when all of these levels is going to start coming into effect. And that's when it's going to be time to start looking for trades. When that 23.6 get broken to the downside, it's going to be game time. It's going to be game time. Absolutely. And that can happen tomorrow. As fast as it shot up is as fast as it can shoot down. Absolutely. So we're going to wait patient on that. And be patient. Don't force your way in these markets. See, this is professional stuff that we doing. This is professional because we're analyzing this through the fundamental side of it. And you know, once I learn it, y'all gonna learn it, because I'm gonna break it down in a way that your teenager can understand this. All right, I'm gonna break it down in a way that the guy that's in the hood can understand this. So definitely hit that subscribe and turn the notifications on all, so y'all don't miss none of these notifications, none of these videos. We own it. We own it. So let's look at GBPUSD. See what I'm saying? Like, my hands are tied. There's not much I can do with this. Okay? But I'm here to tell you. I'm here to tell you that a $16,000 win is right around the corner. If you have $100,000 in your trading account, a $10,000 to $15,000 win is right around the corner. If you have $1,000 in your trading account, like $100, $200 win is right around the corner. Jay Bird, what's up? What's up? Hey man, good to see you. It's been a minute. I use Fib too, but I'm big on reversals at the 705 level. Yeah, bro. You just, however you trade it, just be consistent, bro. However you trade it, bro. Been watching you trade for years. This year, I'm gonna make money with you. Absolutely. Hey, listen, let's go. Trade with me with the group. All my information is in the description below. Come holler at me. We don't waste no time. We get right to the bag. Ask Chris in the chat. Y'all know how we do it. So listen, there's not much I can do with GBPUSD right now. But if you got $1,000 in your trading account, a $200 win is right around the corner. Maybe even 3. Because these about to be some big moves that's going to happen. All right. Now look at this one. When I'm going to put a Fibonacci up on GBPUSD and see, look, I'm just waiting for it to break the 23.6. Yep. As soon as it breaks the 23.6, all my levels, the golden zone, the 38.2, all of that come into play. All of that come into play. Now, let me see. When is the next news day? That's what we got to look at, huh?
Screen recorded with audio.
All right. So we got inflation rate on Australian dollar. All right, that already happened. That came in positive. So if the Aussie dollar came in higher, yeah, it was better than expected. Then that means the Australian dollar will go up. And then let's look at, so in 14 hours, so 15 hours from now, so tomorrow on Wednesday, 15 hours from now, the Fed interest rates is going to happen. So be careful trading in the market during New York session. Let them move that money around. We need to see where the interest rates are going to go. Because listen, just because they say it in the market, I mean in the news, just because they say it in the news, that don't mean that it's actually going to happen right away. It might be delayed. Excuse me. Try to cover up the mic. Excuse me. Yeah, so that, like I said, that's good for the Aussie dollar. So that means that it's going to go up. But listen, what I'm trying to say is be patient, because just because you see it dropping and different things in the market and how they going hard on Jerome Powell and all of that, it could pull back. The news could make it pull back. I don't know. So I don't try to gamble and trade those spikes. I want to follow the banks. Okay, I need to see where they're going to move the money around. Be patient. We're going to be able to get in. Just be patient and let them see. Let's see how they move the money around during New York session tomorrow on Wednesday. All right. And then we'll be able to come in and make a move. We follow the banks. It's called FTB. And if y'all don't know, that's the strategy I trade. FTB. Follow the banks. So now, speaking of the Aussie dollar, the interest rates came in better than expected. Let's look at AUDJPY. So this might be one to trade right here. AUDJPY. So the yen is constantly getting devalued, as we heard in the news. The interest rates came in better than expected. So I wonder, is this going to be a buy? Could we find buys on Australian dollar? Now listen, I'm gonna actually send out a trade setup for the AUDJPY, the Aussie yen. I'm going to send out a trade setup on that in the group, in my trading group. Make sure you're there and don't miss it. All right, make sure you're there and don't miss it, because I see that this is the next opportunity. Because I'm going to fall back on GU, I'm going to fall back on gold because they're too high. All right, I need to get a discount. I need to get in at a discounted price. I don't want to buy my Lamborghini at the highest price. I don't want to buy my house at the highest price. I don't want to buy a Lamborghini, period. But I don't want to buy a house at the highest price. I need a discount. Don't you want a discount? So let it pull back so you can get the discount. That's how you got to think about it. But AUDJPY is ready. So this is the one that we need to be focusing on. So at 1 o'clock, Wednesday morning, 1 a.m. Central Standard Time, I'm going to send out this trade setup. Make sure y'all are ready to catch that in my group. And it's going down like that. Yeah, like that. I only trade dirty, nasty, Goldilocks. Vic, what's up, man? Rodriguez tripping. What's up? He funny. Let's see here. M Plain said they would do what Trump tells them to do, even if that does tank the economy. And so listen, that's what M Plain is saying. That's what I'm saying. That's what I'm recognizing. They're going to do what he told them to do at this point. At this point, they doing everything he say do. And look, they don't like Trump and this is not a political politic channel. Like, this is not that type of channel. But I'm a trader, though. I'm a trader, and I pay a lot of taxes, and I want tax breaks. I'm a trader. You know what I'm saying? Like, I want to know what's going on in the market. I need these markets to move. I'm a trader. That's my career. You feel me? That's my career. So I kind of like, me personally, like, hey, look, I ain't trying to get my channel banned, y'all. You get what I'm saying, though? But Trump be moving the money around. That's all I got to say. I'm not trying to be getting my channel banned, though. But at the same time, you know, it is what it is. Like, I need somebody in the office that's going to move the money around. I need it for it to make sense to me so I can follow the banks properly. And I'm just saying, I can understand what he's saying, because he's a trader, too. So I don't know. The magic question is, how will investors respond to that? I'm waiting to see which way the wind is blowing. M Plain, that's what I've been saying. I think you just got on, though, but that's what I'm saying. FTB, follow the banks. That's the best strategy in the world. That's the best strategy in the world. So let's see how the investors and how the hedge funds is going to react to it. That's why I'm not going to trade anything with the dollar in the New York session tomorrow. Because that's when the news is going to drop. What they going to do with the interest rate. So I'm going to fall back and see. But in the meantime, I'm going to trade AUDJPY. That's on my radar. Yep. So I said 1 a.m. 1 a.m. Yep. 1 a.m. Central Standard Time. 1 a.m. Central. CST. Believe me. I will be sending out that trade setup. Absolutely. What else is going on? What about GBPJPY? What about that pair? That's a good one too. GJ is a good one too. Hey y'all, let's get the 45 likes. Can we get the 45 likes before we get up out of here? Before 10:30. Come on, y'all. Let's get the 45 likes. Come on, y'all. Let's rock and roll, baby. Let's get it. Let's see here. Give me a second, y'all. We about to look at GBPJPY. Excuse me. All right, that's the is that Barber stencil? That's the Discord right there. I pinned it in the chat. All right, so GJ is sitting at the golden zone. So we looking at AJ and GJ. That's what we looking at for the trades tomorrow. So, hey, y'all, I'm gonna leave y'all with this. Stop playing with me. Stop playing with me. As soon as GJ break that golden zone, you better buy, baby. You better buy. You better buy. And you better buy. And you better buy. Hey, look, all disclaimers full effect. Past profits don't guarantee future gains. All of that. You can lose money in the Forex market, any market you trade. Doing real estate, you can lose money. But when they break that golden zone, we about to get that money. Yeah, we won't get that money. So that's what it is. That's GBPJPY. That's gonna be easy. That's easy as it gets. Because look, it's already team. Hold on, let's dial it back in. Let's dial it back in. I got excited because I started seeing $14,000 wins. I start seeing $30,000 wins. I start seeing certain things in my head. I got excited. I gotta calm down. We do this. We do this. All right. Act like y'all been here before. Quit getting so excited. Act like y'all been here before. All right. Listen. What I'm trying to say is this though. Let's go to this. It's already making lower highs. So it made a lower low, then it made a high, then it made a lower high. It made a lower high already. So we don't need much. All we need for it to do is break that golden zone. So if you need help with pinpoint accuracy, if you need help with the timing, because right now it looks easy right now, but when it get to moving and it get a little choppy and you need me to hold your hand, you better be there at 1 o'clock in the morning. You better be there, because it can get weird. And sometimes it's easy. You never know. You never know. Sometimes they might try to throw you a fake out. I don't want y'all to lose no money. Jay told me this and all this thing faking out because you didn't know what to do. You got to know what to do in those situations. And that's what I'm here for. All right, cool. Let's look at the daily chart right quick. Now that's if it goes up, because like what if it don't, right? What if GJ don't go up? What if it drops for some reason? So this is GJ on the daily chart, by the way. It's on the daily chart. Oh, you know what? Here's the gap. Uh-oh, I found the gap. See, that's why you got to go to the daily chart. I found the gap. We outside. So if we could take that buy, and it's going to, if it start going up, it's going to try to fill that gap. It's going to try to fill that gap. So be looking out for that. So let's go down to the day. Let's go back to the hour chart. Yep. And there's that gap right there. So we'll see. And look, it's simple as this. If it don't go up, it is what it is. If it just breaks one of those structures that I just highlighted at the bottom, then we sell. It's called FTB, follow the banks. FTB. What we doing? We follow the banks. Follow the banks. All right, cool. So that's what it is. Hey, y'all, shout out to y'all. Shout out to y'all. 52 likes in this joint. Grinding, y'all. Let's go, baby. Salute to y'all. Hey, I want to appreciate everybody that hopped on. Go back and watch those news highlights that I put at the beginning of the video. They're telling everything. They're telling everything, the whole story. So you got to go back and watch those. All right. But listen, that is the news for today. That is the news for today. So look, hey, don't forget to like this video if you enjoyed this and if you got educated by this. If you just now tuning in, hey, turn on the subscribe so you don't miss them when I post. If you're just finding me, all right? If you're just finding me, I want you to get this news information right away. All right? Don't forget to like this video, comment, and subscribe. And let's make this money, baby. Peace.
Pips pay my bills. Pips pay my bills. 50 pips a day, watch the money drip. 50 pips a day, watch the money drip. Pips pay my bills. Pips pay my bills. Pips pay my bills. Pips pay my bills. Yeah, 50 pips a day, that's what we catchin', Joe. We trade and get paid. That's how we living, yo. Trading is the new hustle. Take it to the hood and hustle. You ain't gotta sell drugs no more. Trade for a year, buy you a home. Making money as a team, we don't trade alone. Held a trade for a week, 20K from the phone. You can earn while you learn. We gon' teach you the game. IML gon' compensate. Chairman status is on its way. I know you see us out state to state. We really out here making waves. Pray before I start the day. 2 a.m. waking up to trade. London sessions got the biggest banks. Making deals like Shark Tank. We bless the city in Jesus' name. I build a kingdom, I don't want the fame. I want it free, that's why I trade. I'm not a 9-to-5 slave. I broke out the cage. They try to give you just enough to keep your mind trained. So who you put your trust in? I'm repping Jesus' name. 50 pips a day, watch the money drip. 50 pips a day, watch the money drip. Pips pay my bills. Pips pay my bills. Pips pay my bills. Pips pay my bills. 50 pips a day, watch the money drip. 50 pips a day, watch the money drip. Pips pay my bills. Pips pay my bills. Pips pay my bills. Pips pay my bills. I wanted more life, now I got more life. I wanted more life, now I got more life. Living my best life, I'm living my best life. God has been good to me, so I give him my whole life. 50 pips a day, watch the money drip. 50 pips a day, watch the money drip. Pips pay my bills. Pips pay my bills. Pips pay my bills. Pips pay my bills.